Welcome to Denver. It's good to have you back. And can you give us an update in terms of where we're at and where we're going as it relates to Tigray and the genocide and the conflict?
Well, since the signing of the Pretoria Agreement, we have managed to maintain cessation of hostilities in many parts of Tigray, and there has not been any active conflict, especially with the federal government. But still there are areas where IDPs are not still allowed to return, and the interim regional administrations needs to be restored in parts of Tigray that have still been under the control of either the Eritreans or the Amhara forces. But there is a lot of healing to do. People are still suffering as a result of the aftermath of the conflict. We still have hundreds of thousands of people who remain internally displaced, who are living in conditions that are totally unbearable because they cannot afford to feed themselves. Humanitarian aid is paltry at best, and these are the kinds of challenges we continue to face. Of course, we have a very hardworking, resilient people with the right mix of intervention, not just by the government, but also people from all over, Tigrayans from all over the world, who will be in a position to address some of the challenges, but it requires a very concerted effort, not only by Tigrayans, but also other stakeholders, including the international community.
You spend a lot of time with the Tigrayan community, and I saw you do a lot of talking with them, and a lot of questions were asked. What were some of the major concerns, and what can the English-speaking community know in terms of how to be supportive?
Yeah, every Tigrayan's concern is whether IDPs would ever go back to where they belong, whether the territorial integrity of Tigray would be restored in accordance with the Pretoria Agreement and in accordance with the Constitution, whether there is going to be accountability for crimes committed against the people of Tigray. And our commitment as interim administration is to see to it that all the demands of the people of Tigray, the legitimate demands of the people of Tigray, are made and made peacefully. So we'll leave no stone unturned before all the questions that the people of Tigray have been raising legitimately are answered in a manner that deepens peace, in a manner that restores the dignity of the people of Tigray.
What were Eritrean troops even doing in Tigray? Are Eritrean troops still in Tigray?
Yes, Eritrean troops are still in many parts of Tigray, although it is the responsibility of the federal government to see to it that Eritrean troops and Amhara forces are removed from those areas. Still remains to be seen whether that will happen. So it is our hope and expectation that the federal government will discharge this responsibility. But whether that happens or not, those forces must leave Tigray, and Tigray's territory should be restored no matter what.
Justice for Tigray! We demand justice! And now humanitarian aid for Tigray!
We demand justice! Tigray can't wait! We demand action! Tigray can't wait! We demand action! UN save lives in Tigray! We demand action! Over 4.5 million people has been subjugated to a man-made starvation because their banks was freeze, their resource was looted and stopped.
Tigray, united, we never be defeated. Tigray, united, we never be defeated. Tigray, united, we never be defeated.